Let's go straight into May, and May can be a very challenging month for a lot of people with examinations and a lot of people who try to change their jobs and probably do something else. It's that middle of the year situation, May and June, where you're actually reviewing your situation in life and your vocation in life and wondering whether you're doing the right thing. Maybe you want to change your set of friends, or maybe you want to change your business or add something. So May and June is always very revolutionary, and there's lots of revelations too. So let's see, for the first sign of the zodiac, the Aries, what is happening in their life in the month of May. Well, May's got frowns all over, which means there's lots of pending work, paperwork, travel, correspondence, and lots of loose ends which you so need to tie in May, because you won't be able to move ahead. And you're a typical Arian. Actually, you're very spontaneous and quick on the ball, but it looks like you've managed to take a few things for granted, especially in your little personal life. So wherever it is that you need to finish up with some work, which could also mean if you're hanging someone on and not getting married to them or committed to them, it's time that you say yes and move on with it and make it nice and beautiful. There's a lot of money, but there's a lot of expenditure too, getting certain paperwork done. But it's all well worth it. For all those who want to change their home, or want to redecorate their home, or want to bring new stuff into their house, everything you buy is worth it. You're worth it. And all those beautiful things are so worth your big beautiful house or even small space. So go right ahead and do it. If you're worried about some people that are working with you or for you, your staff, you need to tell them to move on if you're not happy. Be honest with yourself. End the month smiling because you started frowning. Remember, if you want more of information, you gotta click below and find me, right? Let's go and see Taurus, the steady signs and what's happening to them. Steady, stubborn signs, sometimes very mule-headed and sometimes want their own way. So right now you have gauged that everything you desire in your personal and professional life is a process that need to go through with, point by point, to get to your goal. But you know what? There's only that much you can decide. I think if you kept the door open, did your bit, and left the rest for the miracle section, you might discover lots of surprises where you least expect them, and lots of interesting people walking into your life with opportunities and friendships where you least expect. So I just think you do your bit and leave the rest. Now, I don't mean surrender or give up. I just mean be open for the universe to manifest what you truly desire. I also think for people working overseas, from wherever you are home-based, you might want to come back home and spend some time with family. If you are single, you need to mingle. You need to go discover what you desire instead of just, flirting around. Maybe you'll just find someone that you so desire and so want. All the best. Swinging moods Gemini and swinging fortunes Gemini are thinking this month of May. They are thinking about all their accomplishments over the last 5 months of this year and wondering whether they're going the right way. Very interesting, I think this is, because half of them have realized that they may not be doing what they desire, and the other half has realized that what they are doing is not, what is desirable. So net, everyone comes to this kind of conclusion that they want to revamp and reinvent themselves, which I think is very interesting. So what you do is very interesting. You actually shut everybody else's noise and sounds and listen to your inner voice, which means yoga, meditation, pranayam, nature, waterfall, whatever it takes for you to discover what is inside you, what is making you tick and what can make you tick, and rediscover yourself again. It's a very big thing for a Gemini because they're all very, quick on other people's approval and quick on other people's opinion to go within to find answers. But it's a beautiful within. So go right ahead, and if you need more information or a personalized reading, you need to click below and find me. Let's go straight into the Cancerian and figure out what the usually intense yet sensible and sensitive Cancerian is up to in the month of May. When you start the month of May feeling very betrayed and feeling very down about a lot of things, maybe your boss is yelling at you, or maybe everybody is telling you what you're doing is not correct, or maybe you're not sure of your own moves and you're feeling restricted, and you're also making yourself restricted. The thing about making yourself restricted is what you are saying to yourself is you're not going to take a risk and you're not going to take up any challenges, which may be good for a bit, but in the long run, it just makes you very stagnant. So I think if you took a leap of faith and tried something that you're familiar with and hung out there for a while and then moved to unfamiliar grounds, you do yourself a big favor. So start with something you're comfortable with in any area of your life and then move. But start. This is the month to tell yourself, this is enough. I'm not going to take it anymore. I love myself. There are no restrictions. They're all self-restrictions. And I'm going to go ahead. Even if I fail, that's going to teach me a lesson. Do it right, to get it right. So get it right, and of course your home life is beautiful, lot of loving people, lot of support. What more do you want? Smile. We go straight to those very ambitious Leo people who always want to work and who always want to prove themselves, and they're wondering what is happening in their lives for that major breakthrough not coming through. I personally think that if you stopped comparing yourself with other people and stop those major resentments you have, and why does he have this and why does she have this and why don't I have this? And it could start with your own family members, moving to your colleagues, moving to absolute strangers where your comparisons in the head are so big that you seem to be alone, abandoned on an island, on a planet like Earth where there is so much happening. You've just isolated yourself. So if you can just become friends with everyone in your head, then you will find that lots of friendly people come into your life. Also, there are many interesting projects at work if you're an entrepreneur. So if you went to them and if you wanted money, make it very short term, short goals. Don't go for that big money, that big risk, but move ahead. Momentum. Movement and momentum act with each other a little bit and you will find all your goals. Smile, Leo. You're a winner. We go straight into the Virgos who are very, very ambitious too this year and especially want certain magical things to happen for them and to them. And let's see what happens to the Virgo, who's generally very organized in their head, but sometimes a bit too organized. And the problem with a bit too organized is that if it doesn't go your way, you're disappointed, your heart becomes so small, and then you say, chuck it, I don't want to do this. So if you kept an open heart instead of a closed heart or a small heart, you would find that you're not discovering particular avenues for your success. You're just open to avenues and avenues come by. So if you are less fixed, which is actually a beautiful thing to be fixed and definite and be focused, but if you're less of all of that and allow the universe and the nature to take part in the process and the progress of your life, you will discover that you have found many a mentor. There's never one mentor. There are many mentors and you can only be inspired by them. The thing about you is that you could get everything from mentors and then move away from them, and that is the sin. You need to keep in touch with people who have helped you, who help you on a daily basis, not only with gratitude, but with a view to learn. You have never learned enough. You are not going to learn enough. So learn as much as you can in the month of May and make it a definite goal and go for that goal and love that goal. And if you need more information, just click and find me. Let's go to those very creative, charismatic Librans who love nature, art, paintings, and beauty, and they're also take so much interest in their own personal beauty, which is fantastic. You people are absolute magicians this month of May. You aim for things from a distance, and then you move towards them charismatically, and you actually even get them. So your focus is very correct. Your manifestation is beautiful, and you're not aiming for stuff that that is not possible. I don't mean that something is impossible. I just mean that you know your limitations, which is great, because if you know your limitations, you can go beyond them. But if you don't know your limitations, you're just searching in the dark and never find anything. So here, you do go and discover a lot at the work. And if you are someone who's starting your own business or you're doing your own little creative stuff, you might hire new people, have new ideas, lots of meetings, lots of late nights, and lots of social life, and lots of love, laughter, lights. You're having a fabulous May. Enjoy. Let's go to the super smart Scorpions who always have something up their sleeve. Let's see what they have up their sleeve in the month of May. So the month of May is all about focus. Not that you're less focused, but you've just decided to drop things that have bothered you in the past. Shrug things off. They just fall off wherever, and you're just moving right ahead, and you don't even care where you're going as long as you're walking happily into a forest. you're sure that forest is going to turn into a field of gold, which is the beautiful thing about you, that you care less about where you're heading and you care more just ahead, which is really good. I also think that if you are planning something where work is concerned, you probably need to research a little bit more to get to the goals. Although you're very good at making money, what you do need to make is to make the right contacts and to avoid the not so right contacts at this moment for the next 5 or 6 months, so that you are very much in sync with all your desires to be able to get what you want. You're far from love, you're not interested, and yet there are many admirers. You do your bit, as you should. Enjoy. If you need more information, click below. The optimistic and very opportunistic Sagittarians. I mean, Sagittarians can be very honest and blunt and all over the top and all that, but they can also be very manipulative. They know whom to go to for what, and to smile how much, and to get what they want. And that's all very interesting. Let's see if you're successful in the month of May with all your antics. So you're having a good month of May. You've decided to enjoy yourself, both in your work field and your personal life. You've allowed your personal life to somewhere take over your professional life for a bit, and you're in the mood for fun, which is absolutely interesting. You do need to, however, by the middle of May, get back to work, because you will feel that you've neglected work and you have certain projects to sort of get over. But you need to get to one realization that you can have both, and you can balance both, and that is probably your biggest challenge in May, is to balance your personal and professional life, because both of them are actually beautiful and you don't have to choose. And a lot of people in the world who come and tell me, or come and say to me that if my personal life is great, my professional is not, my professional life is great, my personal is, it's nothing like that. The balance is in your head. You can have both as long as both are real. You know what I mean? They both can't be false, or one false, one real. So it's just synonymous. What you do in your professional life, you will do in your personal life. So make it honest and true, like yourself. And of course, there's lots of expenditure, lots of shopping, and all those wonderful things you like to buy and like to have around you. Enjoy. And if you need more information, click below. Into those Capricornians who are also, I'm sure, working very hard. Capricornians, if you're looking for love, and if you're looking for a life partner, this is an absolutely perfect month to bump into him or her, because it will happen very unexpected and it will be very beautiful, and it'll just happen in 1 second. And you've been probably waiting for this for a really long time. For someone who's a Capricornian, who's very steady in the head, who likes to think about things and yet has a great sense of humor, I think keep your sense of humor high in the month of May, because you never know what will make you smile. Also in the month of May, you have decided that you have very strong likes and dislikes, and you somewhere make people happy and somewhere disappoint people. You're very open about your feelings towards what you prefer, and your preferences could hurt people. So you need to be a little diplomatic on what you like or who you like, rather than flash it around and start a competition right in front of you, whether it's in the home space or the office space. I think you like to do these things. You like playing games, which is great, but if you play them for far too long, you could be ruining relationships. So be steadfast in every way. And of course, it's all about relationships this month, and I'm sure work is going great because you are very focused most times at work. So focus on your personal life. Be fair is basically the message. And of course, if you need more information, click below. Let's go straight to those Aquarians who are busy trying to find their own life. Alright, so the Aquarians are feeling somewhere maybe creatively stuck, or maybe they feel that they're getting a raw deal in certain areas. I just think that if you could shut the doors on those areas where you think you are getting a raw deal, or your creativity is not being fully used, or take a stand to, I don't need this, and not be afraid of what's in the future, especially at work, it would sort of help you progress at work, because there's only that much you can go back into the same scene and fight for justice. There has to be a time where you decide that this situation does not have any justice, and the only justice here is to walk. So if you're going to walk or walk away, then I think you better do it in the month of May, because you're not fully satisfied, or you feel that you have much more to give, but there is less takers, or people do not understand your sort of drift. So it's all about being honest with yourself and giving yourself what you desire. I also think that if you're somebody who's single, you may desire a mate, and you might be very logical about it. You cannot be logical about love. You cannot match to people and say, well, this goes, well, that goes. I just think that you need to create a space in your head where romance does not have a meaning, and romance does not have a path, and romance does not have an end. It's just there. So if it's just there, you can do a lot with it rather than plan it. So it says, do not plan, just be honest with yourself in every area in the month of May, and you'll find yourself happier, because it's all about happiness at the end of the day. Have a great time. Let's go straight into those very easygoing, peaceful Pisceans are having a very, very peaceful month and very harmoniously smiling away at everybody and getting their work done. They seem to have moved away from past relationships and past breakups where work is concerned, and absolutely moving into a place which is very, very harmonious and very happy. So you will find yourself actually flying, lots of travel there and lots of new people and lots of old associations. So you're leading a happy, and I think it comes from you making a choice to move on and allowing things to sort of just happen to you. Also, if you have decided that you're somebody who's a gypsy and who's traveling all over the place, or you don't have a real home, you might decide to actually have a real home or go back home and just feel good about life. I also think that if you're planning any partnerships at work, this is a great space to be in. Even if it's with a friend, you need to work things out, every nitty-gritty out before you sign on the dotted line, because I just think that it's a little sensitive when you're being business partnership with a friend. Having said that, I approve of all business partnerships this month, so go right ahead, don't let me stop you. Just get your contract very clear so that you're clear and that you keep smiling throughout the year. Have a great year.